Hola, otra vez. Welcome back. This is the last video for this week, and we're still talking about narrating events in the past using Pret. I'm gonna do this one in English because I want you to understand how it works. This time, we're gonna talk again about regular verbs with minor spelling changes in Pret. So you will ask, or I would, if they have spelling changes, how are they called regulars? Because they really are regulars. The problem that we have is not with the verb or the predicate, it's with the alphabet. Bear with me for a second. So the Spanish alphabet has some little annoyances, I say. If we see a word written with the letters ZA or CO or CU like such, you have to read them like you will read K or coal, meaning they have the sound K in English. However, if you see it with E or CI now, the sound that they produce is like the TH in things or think. So you have a small problem there, all right? Especially when you add endings to a verb. First consequence of this little rule is that you are not gonna see any word written in Spanish with the ZE or ZI because that is the TH sound, okay? And it's already the. So, how do we do tha, tho, thu, meaning the TH with A, O, U? Well, very easy. We use then theta. Zapato, zona, zumo. Listen to it. Zapato, zona, zumo. Like things. Now, how do we do the word que, ki? We cannot use a C then, like in casa. So we already know this. We put the Q, like in queso, quizás. Are you following me? Kakoku is written with C. Ke, ki is written with QU. Tha, tho, thu is written with a Z. And the, thi is written with a C. This is a problem. Another problem with the alphabet is the sound gay, alright? Ga, 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 and the sound h. Alright, so if you have a word written with a G and an A, or a G and an O, or a G and a U, this is going to sound like the words gang or gold in English. It's a little more, it shows more in Spanish. However, if you see a word written with GE or GI, the sound that it produces is similar to the H in English. I cannot write you a word in English because it really doesn't exist. It's a little more prominent than your H. It will sound like this. Listen to the words in Spanish. Germano. Germano means German. Or gigante. Gigante means giant. So it's a little stronger than your history. All right. So, but you get the idea. To make the sound similar to that H with the previous vowels A, O, U, you have to write a J. Sorry. To make the sound, I mean, it will be jamón. Listen, jamón, joven, Juan. That's how we write that sound. The opposite, it will be how to make the sound G, like Ganon Goal with E and I. We add a U, like in guitar in English. So we'll have guerra, listen, guerra and guitarra. Are you getting confused? A little bit. I understand. Remember, this is a problem when we add in different endings to pre-existing words, especially when we conjugate. Let's go out now and look for the verbs actually. Alright, so we're going to have verbs that finish in car, gar, thar. So your form is going to have to change. Why? Because if you look at the word, for example, buscar, to look for, buscar, and you write it just dropping the AR and put it the E with an accent ending, you'll have this word. But then you'll have to read it busce. the way you write it. Busqué, buscar, busqué. Well, that's wrong. That doesn't sound right. What would you have to do? We'll have to change it to Q-U-E, like this. Buscar, busqué, buscaste, buscó, buscamos. So it's regular, really. Listen. Buscar, busqué, buscaste, buscó, buscamos. The problem is that the sound K is not CE, it's QUE. And the same thing is going to happen with gar because of the same problem, and far because of the same problem. It's all alphabetical. Jugar, jugué. Because if not, it will be jugué, and that doesn't make any sense. However, once you do that, then the next one it will be jugaste, jugó, jugamos. See? It's getting easier. Makes sense? Almorzar will be almorcé because ZE doesn't exist. However, since it's CA does, you'll have to say almorzaste and almorzó. Let's check out an example. Por ejemplo, a veces saco fotos de mi amiga. Sometimes I take pictures of my friend. Ayer saqué fotos de mi familia. See, it sounds right, but when you look at it, it's, oh my God, it's a totally different word. No, it's how we write the sound. That's why it's not irregular. ¿Sacaste fotos ayer? Sí, saqué, with a QE, fotos de mi hijo. More problems. We have the 3-vowel rule in Spanish. What is the 3-vowel rule? I hope you remember that in Spanish you cannot have 3 vowels in the same syllable, and we're adding endings, so you're bound to have them. The verbs that finish in a vowel in the third person, since you have to add 2 vowels, like in comer, comió, you had to add I-O, you're going to have 3 vowels in lots of verbs, all right? But check this out. If you have the verb creer and you drop the ER, and then you have creyó, well, there's 3 vowels, you cannot have that. What do? We drop the I and put a Y. Creí, creíste, creyó, creímos, creyeron. And so that's going to happen with every verb that finish in like ER or IR. And when you drop that ER or IR, you still have a vowel in the stem. See, leer, you drop the ER and there is an E. So you're going to have leyó and leyeron. Oír, you're going to have to drop that and you still a vowel. So, oí, oíste, oyó, oímos, oyeron. See, you catch that? For example, a veces Ana lee un libro por la noche, no problem. There's only 2 vowels. But ayer leyó el periódico por la mañana. ¿Qué leíste tú ayer? Yo leí un libro. All right. Well, this is not a sound problem, it's a written problem. Therefore, you're not going to have a voice thread this time. So you're going to have a web where you're going to have to practice and write and actually write. All right. Check out the instructions and you can get the scores and see if you write them right in the same web. So just done. See ya.